Let's get right into it. Here are 7 superfoods that will crush your rheumatoid arthritis. And I'm not talking about TikTok trends or weird 1-month diets. These are the foods that actually help you to fight rheumatoid arthritis. They are inflammation killers, joint protectors, mobility boosters straight from a rheumatology expert. And I give them to my own patients, and today you are getting them for free. These 7 superfoods have been scientifically proven to crush rheumatoid arthritis, and one of these even works like ibuprofen but with zero side effects. Are you ready? Let's dive in. Okay, let's kick things off with one of my favorites, fatty fish. And we are talking about salmon, mackerel, sardines, herring, or trout. All of this rich, oily fish that your grandma was trying to make you eat. But why do I love this? Because the omega-3s packed inside are proven to help reduce the joint pain, the swelling, and morning stiffness. You will get also a lower C-reactive protein, which is doctor speak for less inflammation. And you might also need less pain medications like anti-inflammatory medications like ibuprofen. Now, did you know that there are clinical studies to show that people with rheumatoid arthritis who ate more fatty fish at least 2 times a week, they had better disease control? But what if you're not a fish fan? No stress. You just look for a good quality fish oil supplement. Just make sure it's third-party tested. Superfood number 2, berries. Blueberries, strawberries, blackberries, they aren't just sweet and colorful. They are also very potent anti-inflammatory and antioxidants for your body. Rheumatoid arthritis, it's all about inflammation. And berries bring out the big guns: vitamin C, polyphenols, quercetin, and fiber. A huge survey of 300 people actually living with rheumatoid arthritis that was published in 2017, it showed that people eating berries regularly had less pain, less swelling, and better joint mobility. Did I convince you to add more berries to your diet? If not, think about this. Not only that your joints will feel better, but eating more berries will support your heart, will support your brain, both in people affected with rheumatoid arthritis or not. Superfood number 3, leafy greens. All right, this one should not surprise anyone. Spinach, kale, collards, Swiss chard, broccoli, and yeah, even Brussels sprouts. I'm talking about leafy greens. Why do greens matter? Because they are loaded with vitamins. Vitamin A, C, E, or K. They are super high in fiber. Think about this. A healthy gut means a healthy joints. And also, think about that they can help your immune system calm down and behave. Now, let me stop for a second and clarify something before we move on to the next superfood. I just mentioned that leafy greens are high in fiber, correct? But what is the connection between fibers and rheumatoid arthritis, or fibers in your gut, or fibers and your immune system? If you want to understand more, please watch this video about gut health and autoimmune diseases. But now let me explain you briefly that fibers, your gut, the immune system, and rheumatoid arthritis are very well connected. How? First, you need to know that the food that you eat doesn't just nourish you. It also feeds trillions of bacteria in your gut. And your gut microbiome is made up of a vast community of bacteria, viruses, and fungi. In people with rheumatoid arthritis, there are many studies that found an imbalance in these microbes that we call dysbiosis. When this balance is off, it can lead to your immune system to turn on against your own body, which will cause the chronic inflammation that we see in rheumatoid arthritis. And what you eat directly will influence these microbes to thrive in your gut. When you feed your gut with more fiber, that will make your gut bacteria very happy. They will reward you by producing more short-chain fatty acids. And these substances will calm down your immune system and it will reduce inflammation. On the flip side, when we eat ultra-processed, high sugar or low fiber foods, the balance will shift. Harmful bacteria will grow, short-chain fatty acids production will drop, and the inflammation will worsen, and the rheumatoid arthritis symptoms will become worse. So now let's move on to the next superfood number 4, legumes. Beans, lentils, chickpeas, or peas. They are plant-based proteins that your joints will love. And they are also packed with fiber, so your blood sugar will stay steady. They have tons of vitamins like vitamin B, magnesium, zinc, iron. So basically, they will be a superfood. But what is very important is to understand that patients who eat more legumes will have lower inflammation levels in their blood. And I'm not saying that, science says so. People eating more of a Mediterranean diet, they have better control on their rheumatoid arthritis because they eat more leafy greens and more legumes, and those contain more fiber. As I explained earlier, adding more fiber to your diet is very good for people that are suffering from rheumatoid arthritis. And yes, research has shown that people who ate more legumes also tend to have lower C-reactive protein levels, which means less inflammation and better symptoms control, which will translate in less pain, less swelling, and less morning stiffness. But here is the shocker. Americans will eat less than 5 grams of legumes every day, while people in the Mediterranean countries will eat 15 to 20 grams of legumes per day. So there is no surprise to me, rheumatoid arthritis is rarer there. So my advice is simple. Add some black beans to your tacos, chickpeas to your salads, or try a lentil soup. Or go for hummus with some raw veggies. The next superfood, it might also surprise you. Superfood number 5, nuts and seeds. Walnuts, almonds, hazelnuts, pistachios, chia seeds, or flaxseed. They are all loaded with good fats, hello, omega-3s, fiber, vitamin E, and they are so good for your joints, but also for your heart. They can also contain magnesium, selenium, both important for immune regulation. This trial actually showed that people adopting a Mediterranean diet with about 30 grams per day of mixed nuts like walnuts, almonds, hazelnuts, they have a reduced risk for developing heart disease by 30% in 5 years. Now, why is this important for people with rheumatoid arthritis? Because rheumatoid arthritis and heart disease are very closely linked. So eating more nuts and seeds will benefit both. So my advice, when you get a snack, get a small handful of nuts. Or you can add some chia seeds to your breakfast, or you can sprinkle some ground flax seeds into your smoothie. Hey, what's your favorite so far from this list? Let me know in the comments because I would love to hear what's actually helping your joints day by day. Let's talk about the next superfood, superfood number 6, olive oil. In ancient Greece, olive oil wasn't just a cooking ingredient. It was sacred, so sacred that the goddess Athena was said to have gifted the very first olive tree to the people of Athens as a blessing for health and peace. But the magic of olive oil went far beyond the myth. The Greeks didn't just eat olive oil, they saw it as a true remedy. Hippocrates, which was the father of medicine, called it the great healer, and he recommended olive oil to be used for aching joints or sore muscles. And here it is, what's amazing. The modern science now confirms what these people in the ancient civilization believed. The same trial that showed that people eating more nuts in a Mediterranean diet, they also showed that those people in the Mediterranean diet who ate more extra virgin olive oil had a reduced risk for developing heart disease by 30%. Again, this is huge finding, as it seems that people eating more olive oil are more protected from heart disease. Why? Because this extra virgin olive oil is packed with anti-inflammatory agents, especially a compound called olecanthal, which acts like a natural ibuprofen and will block inflammation from causing pain and joint stiffness. And now you have made it to the grand finale. Superfood number 7. Let's talk spices. What if I told you that your spice rack is actually your own mini pharmacy? That's right. Some of the world's most powerful anti-inflammatory substances are probably sitting right there waiting to be sprinkled onto your dinner. Specifically, turmeric, ginger, and garlic. A little bit of history first. People have been using these spices for healing way before we had this word antioxidants. Ancient Indians or Chinese or Middle Eastern healers, they were mixing turmeric and ginger into their remedies for everything from joint pain to digestion. And then garlic. Garlic isn't just used to get rid of vampires. It was used by Greek Olympic athletes before competitions to increase their strength and their endurance. Garlic was also highly prized in the ancient Egyptians because it was thought to be a remedy for heart disease, for infections, for abnormal growth, for tumors, and for general malaise. And it was also used by us, Romanians, for many heart benefits. We actually believe that garlic can heal everything. But here it is. Why these 3 spices are the rock stars of your joints? Turmeric, it's also called the golden spice. It contains curcumin, which is a compound that will block powerful inflammatory molecules. Clinical studies have shown that using turmeric for more than 90 days can help you reduce rheumatoid arthritis pain and stiffness, just like NSAIDs, like ibuprofen, but without the side effects of these drugs. As you may know, eating NSAIDs like candies can result in major side effects, from ulcers to GI bleeds to kidney failure and even heart attacks. But here it is, the pro tip. Curcumin is best absorbed when it's paired with black pepper, and that combo can boost its absorption by up to 2,000%. Ginger. Ginger is way more than sushi garnish. The active ingredient, gingerol, is scientifically shown to ease joint pain, swelling, and morning stiffness. It can also help with your digestion, prevent nausea, and keep your circulation. So it's a double win for people with rheumatoid arthritis. Now, even better, when it's combined with turmeric, the anti-inflammatory effect is even stronger. Now let's talk about garlic. Because garlic doesn't just boost the flavor, it modulates your immune system and it will lower the C-reactive protein, which is a marker of inflammation that your doctor probably checks often. Now, this study published in 2020, it showed that taking a garlic supplement will significantly reduce joint pain and inflammation in people with rheumatoid arthritis. Here are a few practical ways to use them and to have fun in the kitchen. You should try swapping your salt shaker with these spices when you are cooking. So you can add turmeric on your eggs, you can add ginger in your smoothie or your tea, you can add garlic in everything from salad dressing to your stew. No, you don't need to flip your life upside down overnight, but try to add one of these every week. Your joints and then your gut will thank you. Now, a quick story. One of my patients swapped her sweetened cereal for a Greek yogurt bowl with berries, with walnuts and chia seeds, and then she swapped the canola oil for olive oil, and she told me that in less than 2 weeks she had less pain. So your plate is really your secret weapon. If you want to learn more about rheumatoid arthritis and about what you need to do to thrive with this disease, you can consider to buy my book that it's available on Amazon called called thriving with rheumatoid arthritis. And now that you know about these 7 superfoods that can help your body fight back against rheumatoid arthritis, what's next? Well, there is a twist. Some foods are secretly working against you. They can increase inflammation and they can trigger more flare-ups when you expect it the least. Now, do you want to know who they are? In my next video, I'll reveal the 10 toxic foods that you absolutely need to avoid. And I will show you what to eat instead so you can truly thrive. Trust me, you don't want to miss this.